What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
It always you do that thing. And
I mess with the microphone and then it's not in the right position. And then the screw on it probably loosens up.
Yeah.
But you know what? Live life to the fullest. That's what I always say.
Big matches to go over this week. But before we get into those matches, there is a topic that I don't want to gloss over. We will probably spend more time on this topic than intended.
Good for you, because I didn't put a note about that.
Yeah, no, but I want to talk about this because it matters to me. Yeah. It matters to me a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So, do you want to recap it? Because I think you know more about it than I do. I just focus on one thing because how angry it makes me.
So what had happened was on Backstage this past week. Yeah, I think. Yes. Bateman was talking with, I think at the time it was Goddard, and PJ was also on the show, but he wasn't there quite yet. But he was talking about Roker's retirement and all that kind of stuff. And he goes, oh yeah, I'll talk about my match, because he had just had his, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Paige Ben Bateman match by now, I'm sorry, that Paige won. Yeah. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about it, because people were giving him a hard time, like, whenever he loses, he just comes on Backstage and just makes up a bunch of excuses and herp dirt, blah, blah. It's like, first of all, what do you expect him to do? Yeah. Like, when we talk about our matches, we talk about a loss. Yeah. It's like, you're gonna. Why wouldn't you give your side of the story? Yeah, because where else are you going to get it directly from the person? Exactly. Unless you have them on, even when you have them on as a guest, it's like you're not getting the full, complete story. Exactly. And if Bateman was on Backstage, listen, sorry, I'm gonna just be very open and transparent. I don't watch Backstage every week. I'm sorry, I don't have time. I'm on my way home from work. I'm driving and blah blah blah. But sometimes I do catch it. But I don't know. When he talks about losses, I can only imagine that he talks about them the way that we would. Yeah. And it's not like, well, she only won because, and this question was really, it wasn't fair and blah, blah, blah. And I only lost because blah, blah, blah. I highly doubt he talks about it that way. That, oh, she just got lucky and I just, I'm sure that he was like, well, when I was thinking about that movie release date, this is where my head was and this is where it should have been. Like anybody, like any competitor would, if they're given the time to give you an explanation as to why they missed something, they're probably going to do it, because why wouldn't you? I would do the same thing. I'm the questions I missed in my last match, I gave you a reason why I didn't get them, because I had the platform to. We have our own show. Of course, we're going to talk more in length about where our headspace was. And he's going to do the same on Backstage, because he was, there competing. Yeah. So I probably spent too much time on just that alone. Yeah. But it's like, what do you expect? I just feel bad for Bateman, because the whole heel thing, he gets a lot of crap, which we're going to get into. Yeah. But so they were talking about the Paige match, and I don't think he went into great detail and great length, but he did mention that he got a DM on Facebook from a former member of the Facebook group, who, we're not going to drop any names, but I think everybody knows if you spend any time in the Facebook group, you know who it is. I'm pretty sure very well know who it is. We all know who it is. If you've ever seen anything in the Facebook group, especially anything about Bateman, you know who it is. Anyways, Ben didn't name him because he doesn't need to. We're not going to go there. We don't have to. He's not. He doesn't need to. He just wants to bring awareness to what happened, and so he got a DM from this person. And the person was very rude and condescending, sent a bunch of gifts making fun of him, and just made a bunch of unnecessary comments. And, and it's not, and I think this is a very good point to point out. It wasn't like he on Twitter or on the Facebook group. It wasn't a public post. It wasn't a public post. It was a private message, not only on because Twitter, it's different because I feel like Twitter is just we have to resort to our personal Twitters to promote this stuff, because who's going to go out of their way to create an account just for the boss? You know what I mean? Twitter's also like the Wild West. It's just everything's out in the open. Everything kind of just goes, I feel. Yeah, it was a personal message to his personal Facebook account, because he has two. He has one for, his on-screen, not his personality, but his Facebook. His performer stuff. Yeah, his entertainment his internet personality. Sure.
That's the best way I could put it, because everybody in this space has two different ones. Where one's like it's a fan page basically.
Yeah.
And then there's this personal one that he communicates with family, old friends and stuff. It was sent to his personal Facebook. So it's like I
personally don't think it was appropriate to send to either account. Yeah. But just the fact that it was sent to a personal one, it's just the nail in the coffin kind of thing. I honestly don't think, because this spawned PJ, who is great.
Yes.
He made a post on Facebook about how it was a lengthy post, which it should be, about this situation. We're going to be more vigilant in the group. And if you are crossing a line, you're going to get booted, which this person did. And bringing awareness to it. And like, these are people with lives and, that kind of thing. And just don't be a jerk kind of thing. And I saw somebody in the comments and they were like, well, I have been kind of out of the loop. What if I DM a player congratulating them or something? And I know, and actually a competitor did respond and they were like, I can't speak for everybody, but positivity is always welcome. I'm going to have to disagree.
Yeah.
Which,
and
if
that's
I agree with
how,
you. And I don't know if you know who it is. I'll tell you later. You could look it up. But like, and if that's the way they feel, good on them. That's fine. At least now it's out there. And if somebody messages them, good for them. But personally, if I don't know you, I've never interacted with
met you. Yeah.
Well, because there are some people that I'm like internet friends with thus far that I've yet to meet in real life that I already feel like they're good friends of mine. Yeah. So I can't really use the example of never met you in real life kind of thing. But like, if I've never really interacted with you ever at all, we've never talked in any way, shape or form. If you want to congratulate or critique
or praise or something
anything,
like that. Yeah.
I say keep it public.
Yeah.
There's really
Facebook group,
there's
Twitter,
really no need to slide into somebody's DMs. And also Facebook to me is more of a personal platform.
Yeah. It's such a different area.
I know that everybody's probably different. There are probably some people that are like social media, who cares? But I don't know. Facebook, that's where I'm friends with multiple members of my family, our blended family, and family and friends and all that kind of, it's not the place where I'd want to open up a DM that's like, hey man, you can suck.
Even also with congratulations, it's like, leave it to the public things, because
tweet me or put it in the Facebook
group, because I do think that this is a line where I think fans kind of like forget, because we're such a small community. We're such a small niche community that like they forget that we have personal lives. Just because I'm friends with you on the internet and stuff, like I if you want to critique my play, if you want to congratulate me for a win or something, do it on Twitter, Facebook group, Reddit. But I think that personal space is really where I think that I have a problem with this person that attacked Ben, because it's his personal space.
Well, and also this person's crossed the line.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I wanted to make a point that there is a line where our personal space is our personal space.
Right.
I have a million friend requests on Facebook from people that I've never met, and I look at our mutual friends. It's like, oh, it's a Schmoedown person,
right?
And they're a fan. They're a fan. Right. I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. You love my matches, but this is my personal little bubble. I hardly ever go on Facebook anyways.
Right.
But still, Facebook is how I communicate with high school friends that I hardly ever talk to, family members that are on the other side of the country or on the other side of the world.
Right.
That's my personal space.
Yeah.
If you want to get in touch with me, I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, I have a TikTok. That's a public forum.
Yeah.
Personal space, because there has to be place.
Boundaries.
There has to be boundaries to where my personal life has to stay just that.
Right.
Personal. So, and I think that's where that's what really bothered me about this, was like
personal space was invaded.
Yeah. Personal space was digitally invaded. Ooh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. ESPN. Bucks are playing the Patriots tonight that we're filming this.
Yes,
so we'll see what happens there.
Anyways.
Tom Brady, Tampa Bay.
But, it was just, it was so uncalled for. And so it's like, it's like, if you don't like the character of Ben the Boss Bateman, sure, rag the character all you want.
Keyword? Character.
He's a character.
He's a super nice guy in real life.
And I don't know how many times we need to say it, to tell this people, we are people with lives outside of the Schmoedown.
Yes. And to that point, the same guy that got ousted, I remember seeing him say something one time. Spoiler alert, sorry, I just gave it away. There's a guy, but I'm sure everybody knows who we're talking about at this point. There was one time that he lost a match. I don't know if it was the Page match or another match, but somebody was like, bro, he's got a life outside of this. He's like trying to promote, he's making an EP. He's going on a multi-state tour.
Yeah.
Like he's got a lot going on in his personal life. And this guy was like, I don't care what's going on in his personal life. He should have done this and he should have done that. What? So my life gets on hold.
Yeah.
So that I can perform the way you want me to in a match. Sorry. Like that just shows me that you have no grasp
about what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
And what the Schmoedown really is. Like, yeah,
exactly.
we always want to put on a show. We want to, every competitor wants to perform. We all want to put on a good show. But that's like, after the match ends, it's really just, that's where it ends.
Exactly.
That should be where it ends. But it, like, if I've learned anything, if we've learned anything the past 3 years, that's not where it stops.
No, because things happen. And for you to be like, I don't care what he's got going on in his personal life. He should have not missed that question because he should have been watching this.
Yeah.
Like, let's pull back the curtain for a second. Real stuff happens whether you want it to or not. When Andrew filmed his match against Laura Kelly, because, you know, we all know that a lot of these digital, especially championship matches, have been pre-taped because lots of technical stuff happens, whether it's difficulties or whatever.
Yeah.
Like less than a week before you filmed your Laura match, I went to the hospital in an ambulance.
Yeah.
If there's anything that's going to disrupt your game unexpectedly,
it's my wife going to the hospital.
Stuff like that. I stayed overnight in a hospital after being transported in an ambulance, like, and getting shot up with Zofran or whatever it's called. Like, and I remember sitting in the hospital bed like, oh man, I hope Andrew's still studying without me.
Yeah, and that's
but stuff like that happens, and to just dismiss it and go, oh, I don't care if he's making an album, I don't care if he's going on tour. Get in touch, man.
Yeah,
like, come on.
It's always, I don't know how many times we have to say it. It's like we have lives. Schmoedown is not my life, even though it's ruled my life.
Sometimes it kind of
is. It's ruled my life for the past 2 years, but that's a big reason why, you know, a lot of players. And I wanted to make a point. It's people like this, fans like this, that really don't get that. Is the reason why a lot of us and that I've talked to and stuff, that a lot of reasons why some competitors have stepped away
or have thought about it.
There are some players that I've talked to that, like, they were just ready to
this close.
They were this close to stepping away, but then they got talked out of it because they were reminded why they like to play the game.
Yeah,
and it's just it's nonsense and like this that I can't stand. It's just like, yeah, we love putting on a show. I realize how seriously everybody takes this. I mean,
case in point.
I take this incredibly serious, but there's a line. There's always a line where the Schmoedown has to stop and our real lives have to begin again. So, when the second I heard this, is like, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
Really, we have to talk about this again because, because, God, the fact that the thing that makes me so mad is that he invaded his personal space.
Yeah.
It's like, we've met Ben several times in person.
Yeah, he's super
nice. And he's super nice. So to think that anybody, because I'm guilty of this. Before I met Mike Kalinowski, I was like, what a dick.
Yeah.
Like, who does this guy think he is? Then we met him in Orlando. It's like, nicest guy ever.
And then you're like, oh, right. He's playing a character.
Yeah, he's a dude. He's a really good actor. That's why.
That's thought.
Whoa, Jesus.
He should go into that field or something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you do your job so well that people forget it, but then you have to remind everybody, this guy has a real life outside of this.
Yeah, and like somebody like Chandru, I get worried for him because he plays the part so well that I worry that people either online or in person are gonna be like, hey man, fuck you, because like he's so good at what he does. But, and also I think an important point to make that I know we've said it before, but I think it's still important to bring it up, is that people that do this, it's such a minority of the fan base. We're not trying to make it out like everybody that does this. It's such a small percentage, a small minority of the people in our community that do this. And also, I don't want it to sound like if we're voicing our opinion that if somebody were to ask us, we would say, no, I would keep away from DMs and keep it public in our opinion. Yeah. I also don't want that to come off as like, we think competitors are better than you. No. It's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
It's more like you said, a boundary where I just need this to not permeate into my personal life.
Because there are days, there were, there were days where it's like, I need to get away. Right. I can't think about Schmoedown all the time.
When you're in like the midst of all of your like millions of championship matches this year.
Yeah. And then that's a big reason why I decided to step away. It's like, I just need to step back for a minute because decompress everything, because it's a lot to handle. And it's a huge reason why, some people are thinking of like, do I really want to do this for so long? As long as John Roca has been on the Schmoedown, and he's such a polarizing character as well.
Yes.
I don't know how you're able to continue to do that for 5+ years.
I don't know how he's done it.
I'm going on, like, next season will be my 4th year in the league.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
mean, he's probably gotten to the point where
it's just like white noise to him.
Maybe it's white noise. Maybe it just bounces off of him. But I sometimes find that hard to do. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah. And
if all you're hearing is how terrible you are and how you shouldn't have won this and how you shouldn't have gotten that, it does kind of get to you after a while. So, some people are able to let it bounce off of them. Some people can't so much. Yeah. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah.
So, it's always the good old fashioned rule of, if you wouldn't like get up in their face and say to them in their face, maybe not. Maybe rethink what you're saying.
Yeah. And it's so hard and it's so easy to be like, oh, they'll never see this. In some way, shape, or form, it will get back to that person. Yeah,
because people tweet you, they tag you. And people tag competitors on Facebook too a lot, which kind of is another thing that makes me kind of go, maybe don't.
Yeah.
But you get tagged in things, you get brought into things, you're gonna see it. It's such a small, tight-knit community at this point. Hopefully it grows, but
I mean, it's grown. It's grown like drastically, but it's still small enough to where whatever gets said about somebody will eventually get back to them.
Yeah.
If you tag them or not, we're all part of factions now. It's like, hey, did you see this one thing that was said about you? It's like, wait, what did I say? So, I'm glad that they're taking steps to protect the players.
Yeah.
Because without the players, this thing doesn't exist.
And it's got to stay fun.
Yeah.
We can take it as seriously as we want, but it's also got to stay fun.
Yeah. I just hope this shows everybody again. It's like there is a clear line.
Yeah.
And it's, it's there. Just try not to step over it.
Yeah. And the overwhelming positivity that comes out of that post, like PJ's post. And I think Justin Square, who's an MVP of the Facebook group,
absolutely.
I think he made a very similar post. And the overwhelming amount of support and I love this community. We need to do better as a community. Like, respect the players, this and that, blah. The amount of those types of responses are like, oh wow, it's giving me life. Like it's so it's refreshing and heartwarming to read those types of responses. And it just reminds me of what a small percentage those bad eggs are. And it just reinforces like, okay, this is a fun community.
Yeah.
And there are people that are going to support you.
Yeah. But it also spawns up in the conversation that we'll probably have in the off season of like that, if we stay true to this like rule that we're trying to set up, like, be nicer to players, like then being a heel is really hard. Like communicating with heels and stuff like that. Like the point of the heel is to be hated.
And I'm sure Ben and like a Chandru and a Mike and a Roca, they go into it knowing that that's what comes with the territory. Yeah. But I'm sure it doesn't make it any easier. Yeah. And it just kind of sucks because it gives people free ground to do that. Yeah. But you can do it and keep it light.
There's a tactful way to do it.
Yeah.
That's what, it's hard. It's hard.
That's hard. Especially when they play the character so well.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's another conversation to have during the off season. But, bottom line is this really, really got me heated. And I'm glad that they're taking steps to corral it and make sure it stuff like this doesn't happen, because I just can't stand stuff like this.
Yeah, because you never know what's going on in somebody's personal life.
Yeah.
So, if you wouldn't say it to their face, maybe rethink it. If you wouldn't say it to your own mother, maybe you should rethink it. I think that's always a good rule of thumb too. Yeah. Like if you wouldn't say it to your own mommy, then maybe it's not nice. Maybe think about it again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, okay, so let's go in and get into these matches because we've already droned on about this. And again, I keep turning the fan off, and we should start the episode with the fan. It gets heated in here.
All right. Ooh. Fans on. Now let's turn up the heat.
Match one.
First match of the week. Oh, it's Star Wars. Wait, looking up scores?
Yes.
Is the Bucks game going on right now?
Yes, it is.
Oh no! How long ago did it start?
8:30.
Oh, Christmas. All right, let's get through this. All right, our Star Wars match. We've got Eric the Knight Whiteley of the Quirky Mercs versus Lights Out Laura Kelly of Not Corruption Swag. All right, round one. Eric missed a question about Andy Secombe as the voice of Watto. And then he also missed a quote from Dex Tyree. Laura missed a question about what is Admiral Satora's first name. So by the end of round one, it is 8-9 in favor of Laura. Round two, Laura spins Phantom of the Menace. I almost said Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Menace. Phantom Menace. Sticks with it. She goes to multiple choice one time, and it was about who was the voice of TC-14? Lindsay Duncan, and she got it off of multiple choice. Eric goes. He spins A New Hope. He goes to multiple choice twice. Oh, the first one was missed but not stolen. It was about the Dowager Queen. And the second one, I don't remember what the question was because I didn't take a note, but he went to multiple choice and he did get it.
I can't remember what it was.
Oh, was it the main computer?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it that one? I don't know.
I think it was that.
Actually, I don't know if it was that one. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
And on that first multiple choice, 1,000 voices cried out in terror.
The Dowager Queen?
Yeah, poor PJ.
Oh, I feel so bad for PJ. Because
it's space words, man. Come on.
Well, actually,
this one is actually rooted in English.
This is a real word. Yeah. This is actually not a space word. This is a real word. But I do feel bad for PJ because, I don't know, 5 million people. If you go to the YouTube comment section of this match, if there are, I don't know, let's throw out, if there are 50 comments, I'm sure there are more, but let's say there are 50 comments, I bet that 45 of them are about the way he pronounced this word. And it's like, guys, I think he fucking gets it. And everybody in the Facebook group is like, oh my God, PJ. And it's like, I feel for PJ because I know he said dowager, which, whatever, say what you want to say. Yeah. I had always pronounced it dowager. I didn't realize.
I pronounced it dowager.
I didn't know it was a real word. Somebody mentioned something about, I guess PJ's not a fan of the Queen's Gambit or some other show about British people. And I guess maybe
I don't know.
I forget what show they meant.
Because isn't the dowager like a widowed queen
like
or something?
The wife of a queen. Or the king. I don't know. Like somebody said what it was and I was like, oh, okay. Today I learned.
I think it's like a widow's queen or something like that. A queen that's a widow.
Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. All these like.
Put it in the comments. Let us know.
Queen's Gambit. And there's another British people show that a lot of people are into that they were like, oh, he's obviously not a fan of this show. It's like, well, neither am I. I thought it. I don't know. I don't think it was that. Yeah. But in any case, anytime we had talked about it, I thought it was dowager. But so, I'm right there with you, PJ. But yeah, guys, I think he gets it. I don't think he's ever going to forget that word ever again for the rest of his life. So at the end of round 2, it was 15-18 in favor of Miss Laura. Round 3, 2-pointer for Eric. Planets and locations in The Force Awakens. When Rey meets BB-8, she tells him to stay off what ridge?
Kelvin Ridge.
Kelvin Ridge. Got it. 3-pointer for Eric. Star Wars Underworld.
Ooh.
In Solo, what crime syndicate was responsible for ensuring the flow of spice from Kessel to Coruscant?
Coruscant.
Pike Syndicate.
Fun little note. If you listen to like Legends books on Audible, that's how they pronounce it.
Coruscant?
Because the official way to say it didn't come around until Phantom Menace because when they say it in the film, it's Coruscant.
Right.
The word had been around before that, but people didn't know how to pronounce it because movies weren't coming out. So because I was listening to the X-Wing books and they go, oh, Coruscant. I'm like, that's not how you pronounce that. But the book came out before Phantom Menace. So
did you comment on a YouTube video 50 million times about it to let them know? Oh, maybe you should have, so they would have learned.
I can't comment on audiobooks.
Oh man, next time. 2-pointer for Laura. Creatures and alien races. In Attack of the Clones, what is the name of the alligator-like creatures that the Geonosians ride? That's a good question for a 2-pointer.
Yeah,
I thought that was about a 3-pointer.
Yeah,
but Orays, got it. 3-pointer for Laura. Who said it? I feel like our 2 and our 3 could have been
That's
switched.
what I was thinking. It's like,
but I'm not a question writer. I don't know. 3-pointer
in our
for Laura.
opinion, they should have been switched.
Who said it? Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah. I got a little autocorrected, but I know what we were going for. What's the situation, Captain? Are the first words spoken by what prequel character?
What's the situation, Captain?
General Grievous. One of the weirdest characters by far.
Other person that Has T-Rex arms.
I love it when he runs with his T-Rex arms. It's one of my favorite things that he does. But when he crawls like a spider, I'm like, get out of here. No thanks. But his T-Rex run, I can't get enough of it. 5-pointer for Eric. Solo. In Solo. What a question.
Love this question much.
What is the full name of the best-selling recording artist performing on board the First Light in a corded or pile dress? Love this question.
Rhodia Venefoli.
I tell you what, the first time I ever heard Andrew say that name, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just making sounds at me.
And when we would practice this and you would ask me about this is the one space word that I could spell right.
Go figure. It's no secret that Andrew's forte isn't spelling.
It's not spelling, no.
But I was asking him a question one time and he happened to be writing it down for me. Mm-hmm. And it was the answer was Rhodia Venefoli, and he spelled it to a T. And I'm like, how? What? That doesn't make sense at all. No. You're just making up sounds.
It's one of those rare names where it's like if you it's spelled almost exactly the way it sounds.
Sure.
Rhodia Venefoli. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Go figure. And
you got it. It's my boy.
He did get it. I was very proud of him. 5-pointer for Laura. Heroes. In Solo, a Star Wars story. What is the name of the street racer pal of Han Solo that inspires Solo to pull off a daring maneuver during the Kessel Run? It is, of course, Needles. And she got it. So 25-28 in favor of Laura. Moving on to the second round of the Star Wars tournament.
Yeah. God,
tough break.
I mean, it was a tough match for Eric to begin with, but if you don't perform against somebody of Laura's caliber, you're not gonna have the best of luck. Yeah. We've messaged back and forth after this match, and I was like, God, I really hope your record doesn't deter you from competing. The good spirit that Eric is, he's like, no, man, I love this game. It's good. He still has that itch.
I'm glad. So, because he knows.
Yeah.
That he can do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just just a couple of things here and there, and who knows? Like you make up the ground somewhere else in this match. There's plenty of opportunities to make points up, but just couldn't really couldn't pick up pieces, unfortunately. Because it's Laura Kelly.
He missed 2 in round 1, and then he went to multiple choice one more time than her and missed it. So that was what did it, because he didn't miss any in round 3.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, when you bring Laura Kelly to the 5.
There's something to be said about that.
Yeah, and I've had this conversation with him as well, as the fact that like you can chart as improvement.
Oh yeah.
From like after every loss, like we say in the Mercs, it's either a win or a learning opportunity. My man's learned quite a few lessons this first season. Is his first season,
of course.
So I'm excited to see what happens next season for him. Because we get. It's going to be interesting where he ends up, because I don't know if he will be on the Mercs next season, or what might happen, or if somebody sees potential and wants to pick him up on their team. Wherever Eric ends up, I think any manager will be lucky to have him.
Yeah,
because the guy wants to win. The guy has just every time I've messaged him, he's like, he sends me back a note. It's like, hey man, I noticed this. I'm like, why are you taking a note of that?
Yeah.
And then I look at my deck. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why you're taking a note of that. Good job. You're learning.
And I know a lot of people are calling for, next year we need to get an Adam Witt, Eric Whiteley match, because these two are too good to not have a win on their record.
Yeah. And I think
that would be a fun match. Definitely.
And I think that would most likely be their both Adam and Eric. If Adam decides to stick in competition, or if he decides to go elsewhere, but if they were to compete, then I think that's the most likely possibility for Eric.
Yeah,
is Adam Witt.
Yeah. So, and also I love. I was proud of Eric for pulling out that 5, because it's the kind of thing where it's like that name was said nowhere in the movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a very spacey name. That's just so Star Wars,
from a character that gets maybe 3 shots in an entire scene that she's in.
Yeah. And it's one of those questions and one of those names that it's so Star Wars, and it's something that you clearly had to look for that name,
look for it,
and find it and make it stick in your head. And I feel like every competitor in the division has those things in their head that they're like, I'm just waiting for them to ask me this question so I can say this word in front of people, or these words, And Rhodia Venefoli is definitely one of those names that I was like,
my notes.
She's coming up one of these days, and it would be cool if you're the one that gets to say it, you know, or if I'm the one that gets to. So I'm happy for Eric and not jealous at all is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was proud of him for getting that.
Yeah.
But you know, Laura does what she does.
Yeah. Laura's there's a reason she's competed in 2 title matches.
Of course.
So, now she awaits the winner of the gold leader
Joseph Scrimshaw
match,
which we're getting this coming week.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. That's going to be, wow. I mean,
and it's going to be fun either way because if you're guaranteed to have Laura in this second round match and we've all seen what she's capable of. And so in either outcome, if we get Laura, Joseph Scrimshaw, we get basically a rematch from Chicago.
Yeah.
Even though it was a 5-way, we get to see them clash again, which is fun.
Yeah.
Joseph's always a good time. If Gold Leader were to win, I think it's going to be really interesting to see these two go
heel work.
Exactly, because
very different
styles of character work, and I'm interested to see how they would handle each other. So, yeah, from in either outcome, it's gonna be spicy. So I'm excited to see Laura, what she can do, and in either outcome is a rough outcome.
Yeah,
because this whole tournament is just gonna be bloodbath after bloodbath because look at the names that you got coming up, you know, Damons. So look at the names that you got on these lines, you know, on the brackets. So it's a rough go for all of us. So, you know,
did we ever get your thoughts on like your initial reaction when you saw your name on the same side of the Damon side of the bracket?
Well, because the original draft of the brackets before your match with Thomas, one of the outcomes I was still on the same one. I forget which one.
I think you were on the left side.
I was on the left side facing Joseph. I think
you were on the right side facing.
Well, no, on one outcome I was on the left side facing Joseph, and then on top of us was the Damons. So it was already there that I was like, uh-oh, if I do advance,
Yeah.
And then in the other outcome I was facing, I think, Gold Leader, and then above us was Thomas
and Laura? No, that could have been it. Thomas and Eric.
Was it you? Was I on the same side as you?
You were, yeah, I think that's what it was.
You versus Ross?
Yes. Because
no, because it was Thomas versus Joseph Scrimshaw.
That's who it was.
Who was on the same as me and Gold Leader. But yeah, no, in the early original drafts of the bracket, in one of the outcomes, I was on the same side as the Damons, and I was like, whoa. That's going to be scary if I somehow stumble my way into round 2.
Because then it made it for a possibility for us to meet in the finals.
Yes.
And I think that's what Christian would have wanted to set up. But
I mean, not one.
My bad.
It's one of the outcomes.
Would have liked to see. Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Don't make things sound weird.
Yeah.
But
my bad.
There's so much history in the Star Wars division that I feel like there's so many matches that could happen that it's like, oh, this is exciting for this reason. Oh, this is exciting for that reason. So I guess that's the beauty of this division.
Yeah, so you're awaiting the winner of the Damon match, and Kelly's awaiting the winner of this Scrimshaw Gold Leader. There's so many good matches coming up. Anyways,
Lord, help me.
But yeah, good match, very good match.
Oh yeah, Eric held his own.
Eric was good.
Went right down to the wire.
Yeah,
and he got that 5.
I wonder
good
if.
For him.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Well, you're left to wonder where that conversation would have gone. Our next match, we've got a teams match. Oh, a highly anticipated one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If I do say so myself. We've got a round 1 teams tournament match between King Arthur of the Finstock Exchange, which is, of course, downtown Griffey Nooms. However,
in the teams division,
he's downtown, air quotes, Arthur Nooms. And he is teaming up with King Khan. And of course, they are in the Finstock Exchange. They're going up against Final Exam of Swag, of course, Paul, Primetime Oyama, and the delinquent Lon Harris. I was very excited. Setcha I was very excited for this match.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you got arguably two of the powerhouses of the Exchange going up against a top tier team in this division.
Yeah.
So, round 1. And also, I can sometimes never tell if people are being sarcastic, if they have a certain sense of humor. Like one of our friends that we've known for over a decade now.
Yeah, 13 years, yeah.
That we're very close with. There are times that I still can't tell when he's being sarcastic or not. I don't know how. But like, I feel like Nooms is one of those people that it's like, I don't care how long I know you. There are going to be times where I'm like, are you joking or what? And so when he was like, I'm in a hotel lobby, I didn't know the match was going to be this week. And then Khan's like, I'm in the same lobby. I'm like, I really, are you? Are you?
It looked like they were.
It kind of looked like he was somewhere. I mean, he was wearing a mask. So that makes me think that maybe he was in a public area.
And his internet didn't look very stable.
Well, he didn't look as clear, at least at first. And he had like a funny looking microphone. I don't know. So I was like, maybe he is. Or maybe I'm just a dummy for believing him. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. So... that's my problem. Round 1. Lon missed a question about a movie release date. Lon, Paul, and Khan missed something about Danny Glover. Khan missed a question about True Lies. Love that movie. It was like a remake of La Totale.
Oh, yeah.
La Totale?
I don't know.
Some French
I don't speak
movie.
French.
I don't know how to speak French. I don't know. Pronounce it like a Spanish word. That's my fallback if I don't know what it is. But True Lies, man, love that movie. Oh, I didn't know the answer though. I said Total Recall because I mean totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know
think somebody else said Total Recall. It was
they did, and I felt very validated by that.
Was it Khan and
Paul? No, because Khan was the only one that missed it.
Oh, really?
So it must have been him because everybody else got it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I had no idea.
And I also might say, I still see that Beyond sticker, Khan. I know you watched this.
I appreciate you if you're watching
Brownie points.
Still, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you holding it up so we can see.
Yeah, it's very easy to hold it here, but he like...
I don't know if that was intentional.
I don't know if it's intentional, but he holds it just high enough in the frame so you can see the Beyond sticker.
I'm like, all right, you cool, you cool. I like you. Okay.
It'd be easier if it's on the top of the board, but I'm not gonna.
I mean, yeah, he'd rip up his board.
Yeah.
If he did that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be there.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be in good company. And then Nooms, Arthur, got a perfect round and got the bonus. Woof. Oof. 13 to 15 in favor of King Arthur. Round 2, King Arthur spins opponent's choice. They get given Wizarding World. They go to multiple choice. One time they missed it. It got stolen. They had a 2-point miss. It got stolen. Looking kind of scary at this point for King Arthur. And I also learned that a Horcrux holds people's souls. I never knew that. If I ever had to like throw around a Star Wars, Harry Potter word, it was Horcrux because I think it sounds funny. And it just also sounds very like, it sounds very IG.
Yeah.
Someone was like,
mystical.
Spells and Horcruxes. But now I know they hold people's souls. Kind of like the thing in Ghostbusters they used to catch ghosts.
The ghost trap.
I don't know if it has like a formal name. I called it the Ecto Cooler, but I think that's a drink. But I feel like it also would work for ghosts, right? Final exam spins opponent's choice.
Cooler.
It's a drink, right? It's green?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a juice?
Yeah.
Like a squeezy box juice?
Mm-hmm. No, box? Was it a box?
A box or a pouch?
I think it was a box.
It tasted neon, but like in a good way.
It tasted like neon.
In a good way, though.
Yeah.
Like in a nostalgic
Bring me back. Late 90s, early 2000s.
It really,
what a time.
It actually physically hurts me to know that I can never relive those days. Somebody needs to get cracked on a time machine. Send me back and just leave me there.
Or create the Matrix or something. Just like programming to that timeline. Never want to leave it.
If I could just go to sleep and like shift my way into an alternate reality where I go back to, oh man, I wish. Don't come looking for me because I'm staying there. Final exam spins opponent's choice. I just want to live in the days of TRL. And like somebody just posted on Twitter about that one Pepsi commercial, I think in the Super Bowl where like Beyonce, Pink and Britney Spears were in like gladiator thing.
Oh yeah.
Just want to tear up thinking about that commercial. And they were like, we didn't appreciate this. And this happened. We were given this gift and we didn't appreciate it. Yeah. I want to go back to those days. Genie in a bottle days. Yeah. Britney. Thank God she's free now. I think. I don't know. I don't know. But just take me back. God, I just want to live there.
Your tangent was so good. You started it and then just like a sharp, nope, I'm still on this.
I want to just hang out at the mall with my friends.
I never did that.
Well, we did.
Just too busy kicking heads in.
Well,
like,
sorry.
Oh, no, sorry.
I didn't punch bricks as a youth. Sorry. Oh, man.
I did that more as when we met. I didn't do that when I was back then. I don't know.
I just want to go back and just stay there. Lisa Frank, you know, and like low-rise pants and the fashion of the early 2000s.
I hear it's making a comeback in certain ways.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of different things are coming back. This is a good conversation for another podcast.
For Rad, yeah.
Let's talk about the things that I missed so I can get really upset that it's gone.
Maybe we'll talk about it on Red.
Final Exam spins opponent's choice, and they get given movie release dates. That's a solid choice.
That's like almost a no given for anybody, really.
And it turns out that it probably kind of was a good choice. They went to multiple choice 1, 2, 3 times. Mm-hmm. Got all 3 of them with multiple choice, but still cut down to 1 point.
Yeah.
One of them, I think we both thought was a great show of teamwork.
Such a great form. Like this is when we talk about team chemistry, this is the example of it where like Paul was like, oh, what do you think it is? And
they almost went with 2013, but Paul just kind of made the executive decision, like, let's check down.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it's either 2013 or 14. Let's go to multiple choice. And then they did, but 2013 was not one of the choices. So they were like, okay, well, there you go. It's 14.
It's 14, yeah. And
so,
God, I love seeing, like, this is such a great example of why the team's division is a big difference between singles. Because if you do this by yourself, it's like, okay, I'm making a decision. I'm going to go for it. 2013. I mean, just solely based on the fact that Paul was the one that asked for multiple choice. What if this was Lon in a singles match and he was like, I'm going to swing for the fences. 2013, and then it's a 2-point steal.
So not to say that Lon would make a rash decision, but Paul was the one that asked for it. That's why I say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a great showing of, and I feel like there was another one that they did a similar thing again.
Yeah.
But it was like, they navigated it well together. And you would think that the gap would have been bigger.
Yeah, I think the multiple choice 3 times is what really kind of
evened it and closed the gap a little bit with all those steals that they got. Mm-hmm. You would have thought it'd be bigger, but it's 23-25 in favor of Final Exam. So it's only a 2-point game right now. Mm-hmm. Round 3, 2-pointer for King Arthur. Khan takes it. Comedies. What 1980 comedy had the tagline, "This summer, Prince Akeem discovers America"? I wonder which one that is.
Wonder what movie it is.
Coming to America. He got it. It's a 2-pointer. We joke. Yeah. 2-pointer for Final Exam. Paul takes it. Sports. John Candy and Doug E. Doug star in this.
That's right. Yeah, so a little longer to go there.
In the 93 Disney sports film about the What? No. Okay. Something happened here with my autocorrect, but we're going to gloss over that. They star in a whatever, blah, 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 Disney sports film about the 1988 Winter Olympics Jamaican bobsled team.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsledding time. Finish it.
Cool runnings.
Thank you.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
They say their chant before they dart off into the course.
I've only seen it once because you and your friends forced me to, but it was a fun movie.
Love that movie.
Like they held me hostage.
Look in the mirror. Tell me what you see.
I see
pride.
I see a bad mother.
I see power. I see a bad mother that takes no lip from no one.
Cool runnings. No, not that scene.
Say it again, Junior. Love that movie. It's so good.
It was a fun movie.
So good.
It was fun. I'm glad that you guys made me watch it, but I don't remember most of it. 3-pointer for King Arthur. Nooms takes it, of course, biopics. Mm-hmm. Who won an Oscar for playing famous comedian Fanny Brice in 1968's Funny Girl? Barbara Streisand. Got it. 3-pointer for Final Exam. Lon. Crime. William Fichtner plays money launderer Roger Van Zant in what Michael Mann film? Heat. Got it. 5-pointer for King Arthur. Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino has a cameo as an insensitive director in what 1996 film from Spike Lee? I think they said Girl 6. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounded like they said. They got it. 5-pointer for Final Exam. Denzel. Denzel Washington plays a British military veteran who turns to a life of crime in what 1989 thriller? This hurt my heart.
Yes, this really hurt.
This hurt my heart. Because even though we did know the outcome of this match before we watched it, and I obviously knew what was going to happen with this 5, seeing them talk back and forth about it, and then seeing them think that they had it,
they're so confident in their answer.
They seemed pretty confident, and I was like, I mean, for a split second, I'm like, maybe they'll get it, but I knew that.
Yeah, we already knew the outcome because it was because you went on rundown, and we were like, we had not watched the match yet, and then Frankie just like, oh yeah, this, and like.
Well, I mean, he said spoiler alert, but then he said it right after. Yeah, and I was like, I'm wearing headphones. Oh, well.
Frankie, I hadn't watched the match yet. I mean, we just had a discussion about spoilers, but like.
It's whatever.
And as competitors, it's so hard to avoid spoilers sometimes.
Yeah. You could have, when he said spoiler warning, you could have just hit mute.
Yeah, and
I could have thrown my headphones off, but it's whatever. I almost am glad I didn't know. I almost am glad I knew the outcome, because if that had happened in real time, I would have been shattered for them.
Yeah.
So, because to see them be kind of sure about it, and
they were positive they knew it, and I was
it was for Queen and Country, I think is what it was, and they did miss it. So with that, 30-33 in favor of King Arthur, moving forward to the next round.
God, it's like, when is Paul Oyama and Lon Harris
catch a break?
When are they going to catch a break? Because like this has been a rough season for Paul and Lon, for that matter. And with this loss, I think they said so in the post match. This is the last we're going to see of Final Exam.
Did they?
That's what they said.
Oh,
so
I missed that part.
I don't know what's going to happen with Paul, because Paul's too good of a player not to put in teams.
I agree.
Because, partner Paul up with somebody that, is that's on the same level as Lon and can match that, because we're way past the era of where you just have that A player and have somebody that can maybe keep up in round one.
Right.
We're past those days. You need to have somebody of equally match you.
Exactly. And somebody who can, like Lon, they had great chemistry.
Oh, yeah.
Lon could keep up with him. I mean, he had days but everybody does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's not a matter of, just give him a teammate.
Yeah. Because I'm sure Andrew Guy would say this as much. When he got matched up with McQueenie, like, that was a clear, like, yeah, McQueenie's the A player, and it all depends on how Guy performs in the first round. He'll say it himself. Those days are gone now.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody that equals you and almost equals you in knowledge, that can fill in the gaps where you're
compliments you.
That compliments you really well, and somebody that you meld well during the match. Like that second round, those two things that we alluded to, is like that's exactly why you have a team like this that can meld well together almost immediately. So it's very interesting to see where these two go.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen to Lon? Are we going to drop Lon? Are we going to keep Paul? Is Paul going to try to seek out a different faction? Or is Lon just going to call it a day and maybe retire? Who knows where their heads are at? And Paul still has that title match, that title shot in his pocket.
And if they're saying this is the last we're going to see in a Final Exam, I guess that maybe rules out the fact that he's planning on using it for the teams. Yeah. Division. I don't know. Who knows? I could be wrong.
I've been saying it from the get-go. Use it on singles.
That's what I feel too. Yeah. That's what if I were Paul, that's what I'd be doing. Yeah, I'm the one that earned it in the free-for-all, so why wouldn't I? Kind of thing.
We're starting to careen towards Spectacular now.
Oh yeah, it's picking up.
The next title match before Spectacular is the New York event. And I believe the winner of that goes to Spectacular.
We also need to watch Lightning Time versus Shazam.
I'm talking about singles.
My bad.
Yeah, sorry. I should specify the last.
I thought you said like at all.
No. The last singles title match that we will see before Spectacular is the New York event.
Word.
Unless Paul wants to like slip in there, like, hey, I want to use it, and let's get one in before Spectacular, and the winner of that goes to Spectacular. Who knows? But he has until free for all next season to use that thing. So maybe he uses that as a bargaining chip. It's like, hey, I can sign with you. I got this title shot in my pocket.
Not only am I Paul friggin' Oyama, I've also got this in my back pocket.
Yeah, so it's like you can start the season, or you can like whenever I want.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly.
So,
and King Arthur.
Oh yeah.
Like
they stumbled a bit in the second round, but to stay in the pocket and stay focused to round 3 is something to be said.
And they stumbled a bit in round 2, but I feel like it's forgivable when it's like an IG category,
and it's an opponent's choice too.
And it's opponent's choice. True. But I feel like when it's an IG category, not like I don't know. As somebody who's not an IG player, I don't know if you feel like there's a difference between IG questions and IG questions that happen to pop up in singles teams. I think
there is.
But
I can't speak to that, but when an IG category pops up in the singles and teams, like if it's MCU, it's something that I'm versed in, because I have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about Harry Potter.
I've seen zero.
That
Harry Potter
goes
movies.
right over my head. But if if somehow Star Wars makes its way into an IG match or a singles match, there's clear differences. I can tell there are clear differences.
They're not asking you a Brody Benefoli.
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine that IG type of categories in singles and teams aren't IG level questions.
Yeah, you would think, but I don't know.
Because if that's the case, why have the division?
True.
So, I don't know. Again, I can't speak to this category because Only seen two Wizarding World. No, 4 because I saw the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh,
didn't like them.
But I mean, to stumble in an IG franchise, I feel, and Harry Potter, I feel like, I don't know, it's like a lot of spells and Horcruxes, right? So it's not like a easy category. If you're not into Harry Potter, it might be like a ugh kind of thing to get. Also, it might be something if you're going against not Final Exam, King Arthur.
Yeah, you pay attention.
Maybe you pay attention. Like, ooh, do they have trouble with IG? Do they have trouble with only Harry Potter? Is this something I want to put on the wheel and brush up on?
Maybe.
Who knows? But I also will not put it past these two to brush up on their IG/Harry Potter.
Because Wizarding World's put on there by Paul. You have to almost guarantee that was put on there by Paul.
I'd imagine the man competed in IG this year.
Yeah.
And who knows if he plans to do the same next year. But
I would. I mean, it's not like he's, I mean, he's not at the level of, the top 5 because we talked about this off air, but like he's not in the top 5 category of IG players, but he's.
However, he's still Paul friggin' Oyama.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and he knows what he's doing in the Schmoedown, and I'm sure if he wants to elevate himself in IG, he knows how to get there.
Yeah.
Especially given the time to study. So, but King Arthur.
Yeah.
They're looking strong.
Oh yeah.
Nooms was playing
like Nooms.
like Nooms does. Yeah. Khan was playing fantastic. I mean, it was only a couple of misses in round 1 for him, and round 2, maybe you just need to brush up on Harry Potter.
Yeah, and like we said, you need a teammate that could complement you, and he complements Nooms very well.
I think so too. So I don't know if I don't think I have the team's bracket pulled up.
I'm gonna worry about it.
But they do move on to the next round. I don't know who they face. I'm sure everybody is able to pull up the bracket, but whoever they face is going to be great because I mean, these two were playing. Yeah, they're looking strong.
They're looking very sharp in their very first match as a team.
And you got Nooms going up against Horowitz in the singles tournament. So those wheels are staying greased, and Khan's there. Even though his time in the singles tournament is done, that just means he gets to focus all on the teams and train up Nooms and vice versa. Yeah. So they're looking strong. I'm very interested to see where they go because yes, like I said, I am a Griffey Nooms fan. I'm an Downtown Arthur fan. Yeah. And Khan, I'm a fan of Khan too. He's got our picture. He's got our sticker, so he's cool.
That's not the only reason, but
he also seems like a cool guy on whatever.
Brownie points for continuing to support the sticker.
Yeah, no, Khan's a cool guy. I mean, Finstock Exchange, whatever.
Left them for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep up the kayfabe. I hate the word kayfabe now.
Yeah, gotta keep the character work.
No, Khan seems like a really cool guy.
I drop those suckers like a bad habit.
Cool running. I can't wait to meet a lot of these people in person.
It's going to be great.
Our next match, we've got a singles tournament match.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I believe it's a round 2er. And we've got a certain, I don't know if you've heard of him, William the Beast Bibiani of the Quirky Mercs, the reigning team's one half of the team's champions, versus the tyrant Ty Lieberman of the Finstock Exchange. I did love the promo when Bibbs was wrapping a scarf all the way up over his entire head. It's just so quintessential Bibbs.
Yeah, a lot of soap. You can keep COVID away from soap. Go salt cat soap.
There are little spooky ghost soaps with the iridescent glow inside them. Oh my God. They've also got a couple new Halloween soaps. Like one has like a plague doctor mask on top, and they look really cute. Definitely go buy some. Salt cat soap, Etsy.com. Round 1. They both missed a movie release date question, and then Bibbs missed something about Dogma.
Was it? Yeah. I think they were both movie release date related questions.
I think they were. Yeah. I think the first one was like these 3 movies. Yeah. And when it comes to that, I'm just like, it's a movie release date question. I'm not writing down all 3 movies. 6-7 in favor of Ty. Round 2. Bibbs spins Oscars, sticks with it for good reason. He got a perfect round 2. As Bibbs just does Bibbs things sometimes. Ty goes. He spins away from horror, knowing that it's another Bibby category, and he spins away, and then he gets horror. Multiple choice twice. Missed both of them. One got stolen. One apparently didn't. 11-15 now in favor of Bibbs. Flipping the tables on him a little bit. Round 3. 2-pointer for Ty. Brad Pitt. Ooh. What Oscar-winning actor plays Pamp Drexel Spivey in True Romance? Gary Oldman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I was trying to think of what his character's name is in The Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. Put that in your notes because I can't think of it. He has that clear cap thing on his head.
Yeah, with the...
when he was like bleeding that weird blue blood out of his head.
Yeah.
Well, he got
has a limp.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
I'm very disappointed.
It's not Zorg because that's Toy Story.
Zod.
Zorg? Zod? Zod is from Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't Zorg from Toy Story? The evil Zorg?
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it's something with a Z.
Get my wires crossed.
I don't know. It's not Star Wars. Am I right, ladies? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up now. Anyways, he got it. 3-pointer for Ty. Ty gets Spy. Who directed Melissa Carthy in the 2015 film Spy? Paul Feig is how I would think it's pronounced. Yeah. Got it.
Feig.
2-pointer for Biebs. Black Cinema. Jamie Foxx, Kerry Washington, and Regina King starred in what 2004 biopic from director Taylor Hackford? Ray.
Great movie. Got
it. Never seen it.
Great movie.
5-pointer for Ty. Horror rears its head, hits ugly head again. I got there. Will Patton plays Sheriff's Deputy Frank Hawkins alongside Andy Matichak and Judy Greer in what 2010 film? Halloween. Ooh. He did miss it. So with that, 16-17 in favor of Bibbs.
Growl.
Taking it on to the next round of the singles tournament. Yes. What is that? Round 3 now for him. I would need to look at the thing to remind me because that's an even bigger tournament than teams.
Yeah,
so
it's massive.
Definitely have to remind myself. I'm not sure that we know who he goes against at this point.
I'm not sure.
But this was a good match.
It was.
I mean, I
think Ty is like, I'm not sure because he was looking really good in his debut.
Yeah.
And I think he hit a couple stumbles here and there and just couldn't recover from those. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that he's not good. But no. I mean, when you're going against Bibbs, man, you have to go, blow for blow from him. And he was going for blow from him, but you need to be able to match, point wise, and you know what I mean. Like
exactly.
If he misses one, you'll probably miss one. And if he doesn't go to multiple choice, you're gonna have to go almost perfect in the second round. That second round, I think, is what is the deciding factor here.
For sure.
Because Ty had to go multiple choice a couple times.
One got stolen.
Yeah, one got stolen. So if that's the way you're going to play against Bibbs, it's going to be harder to recover.
But to his credit, he was in the lead after round 1.
Yeah.
So that probably felt great.
Yeah.
Because I know he was like, getting to choose whether he went first or second. He's like, I've never been in this position before. Mm-hmm. So that probably gave him a lot of fire for round 2.
And he's one of these players where the character work is just as important to him as the gameplay. So
and you wonder, especially in front of a crowd, because he definitely seems to be somebody that tries to play to the crowd a lot and say things to get reactions and blah blah blah. You wonder, is that a factor? Is it a distraction?
It might be, but
it might not be for all I know. But it's just something to consider.
Yeah, but regardless, I like seeing competitors like Ty because the Schmoedown has gotten into an era where and Christian will admit this as much where it's the balance of entertainment and sport has weighed heavily on sport, especially in the digital era, and it's it's kind of hard to find competitors like Ty now where it's like you have that balance of they're good competitors, but their character work is just as good.
Yeah, Ty is just all around entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah, and we've gone to an era of the Schmoedown where it is everybody's focused on competition, everybody's focused on studying and being the next big thing, and not really focusing on building a character and being entertaining. It's just you get in the match and it's all right, give me the questions, I want to answer them. So
and I do think you're right. I do think that's something Christian would absolutely agree with, because I believe he said himself that is one of the reasons that he's steering away from this model of factions that we're in right now.
There's more wiggle room to do stories. Cause
exactly.
I admit, every time we get cutscenes in these studio matches, I'm like, ooh,
it's been so long. It's been 84 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I want the story. That's a thing that drew me to the Schmoedown, it's like it was this fun trivia, true trivia stuff that's not scripted.
Yeah.
But then you have this other stuff that is scripted, dictated loosely by the competition.
Exactly. But you do what you got to do with the digital era, and also with the decision to make this a faction race with like a monetary prize at the end. People are going to want to win, and they're going to I feel like we learned that a byproduct of this model is that people are going to want to win because they're going to want that prestige of being faction of the year. They're going to want to win that monetary prize. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Christian has outright said, that's why I want to move away from this model. I want to cut down the roster. I want to make it a little bit looser because I want more of that wrestling drama
fun,
back.
Entertainment energy back.
Exactly. I don't want it to be like, gotta win, gotta get the points, gotta do this.
And that can be inspiring in so many ways, but then you're totally alienating this other side of the fandom that like loves the character work and loves storylines.
A lot of people bring up the Makugas of the league. And I don't think he would take that as an insult. I hope he wouldn't. I don't think he would. From what I know about the man. I don't think he would take that as an insult. I think he would take that as, that's what I do. Yeah. I entertain people.
He's a fun dude.
I have fun.
Yeah.
And so the Makugas, because I wouldn't want to call anybody else out and try, make them think, but it kind of alienates the Makugas of the league, whom they probably definitely don't really study as much as other people do, but they are entertaining as hell to watch, and they're out there literally to have a good time. Yeah. So I'm hoping that with that, we'll get more of those types of players back into the mix. There won't be that much pressure. We can get more of those lighthearted matches.
Yeah. The pressure to perform and all that stuff. Yeah.
And it's not like, I am very confident that moving away from this model will have no effect on motivation because, I don't know, the belts are going to motivate the people.
On the line,
The people that want those belts, that's all they need. That's the only motivation you need is to be able to say that this is mine, at least for now. So, that's that won't have any effect on that. But I do think it will open the gates for some more of that lighthearted plot driven stuff to happen. Next match.
Just a pay-per-view.
Oh, and also we love William Bibbiani.
Oh, yeah. Great job. I can never say enough.
He does what he does best. He's just, he stays in the pocket. Yeah, he was down after round 1.
Yeah.
But he kept his head down. He crushed round 2 and got a steal.
Yeah. And that's, and we'll get to that in this next match of the fact that like, that's the kind of competitor Bibbiani, when you spend so long in this league that you can go into round 2 down, you're like, there's 2 more rounds. There's plenty more ground. There's plenty more opportunities to make up this ground.
And anything can happen.
Anything can happen, even if I'm going down round 3. He still has to answer 3 questions. So that's the kind of competitor. When you get to the level of the William Bibbiani, they've seen it all.
Yeah, they're not going to get rattled by being down in round 1. But no, he's the best. Yeah. And I do love that comment. I think it was Jen in the post-match interview, I think. And she was like, oh, Ty, you were talking a lot of trash about Bibbs before this match. Did this win kind of give you a little bit more respect for him or whatever? And he goes, yeah, well, you can't spell beast without best. And I was like, make that a shirt because it's so true.
Yeah, if this season taught us anything, you need to do a lot to get a shirt.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I thought you were going to say if this season taught us anything, it was that Bibbs is the best. Oh, well, because that's also true.
Still, yeah. We got a shirt for it.
That's also true.
But it took 3 of us to get a shirt made, multiple times, multiple matches to get a shirt made. So
well, if nobody can say it wasn't well earned. But no, Bibbiani is an absolute gem. Yeah. Next match, and I believe our last match of the week, we actually did get a cutscene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was Adam Witt talking to Robert Parker, and they're kind of just like.
Yeah, he's like, my guy. Yeah.
And then Kaiser walks up, interrupts them, and it's almost kind of like a.
Adam told me otherwise. So like Adam's like trying to be real shady towards Kaiser.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, Adam just like hightails it. Yeah. Runs away real quick. If I have to interpret the scene, I'm assuming they're setting us up for an Adam Witt manager next year.
I'm assuming so.
That's what it feels like. So that's why I know you made the comment earlier of like a Eric Whiteley, Adam Witt match. We're not sure.
See where,
But I'm assuming.
Next season, you could be an active competitor and manage.
Exactly. So just if they are setting him up to manage, doesn't mean that we don't get to see him as a competitor. So that match could still come to fruition, as I would hope it does. But I would feel bad if they put Eric and Adam against each other. Sure, one of them is guaranteed a win, but the other one's guaranteed a loss.
Yeah.
Like that sucks. I would feel really bad.
Yeah, but also Adam is one of those, like we were just talking about, characters that we need. And he's demonstrated that he can he can roll with the character work. So this is a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yeah.
Getting Adam into the position to like, hey, he's gonna make his own faction next season or something like that. So
the Sarlacc wit. I think that was hilarious. Whoever said that. Good job to whoever made that up, because I wish I did. Okay, we have got a number one. Number one
contender match.
The finals of the IG tournament, aka a number one contender match, I guess. We have got Saul of the Den versus Robert the Spider Parker of the Dungeon. Ooh, here we go. Round one. Saul missed a question about Men in Black 3. Can't blame him on that one.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I saw it. No, I think I said many moons ago, my parents and I, whenever Men in Black 2 came out.
Yeah, didn't even make it to the end of it.
We got maybe a quarter of the way into the movie. We had rented it from Blockbuster. Remember that? I remember. But yeah, we got like not even half of the way, and my parents were like, okay, we're done here. And they absolutely just turned off the movie and returned it the next day. I was like, all right. And then he also missed a question about Alien and Predator. They both missed a question about Star Trek, and they both missed a question about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. One of those was Maisie Williams, where Parker just made an uncharacteristic mistake where he either didn't listen fully or he, I don't know.
Just jumped the gun. Like,
jumped the gun a little bit.
Probably like started writing before he listened to the entire question type of thing. And just like his brain was just like on autopilot, like, yeah, that's it.
Which can happen, definitely.
It happens.
It definitely happens.
725 to 1.
Too soon. At the end of round 1,
3 years ago.
Still too soon. 6-8 in favor of Parker. Round 2, and we got ourselves a 5-rounder here.
Yes,
ladies and gents. Saul spins swashbuckling adventure, decides to stick with it. It did not go well at all.
Yeah.
If we're gonna call a spade, he went to multiple choice twice, got him, but then 3 2-point misses in a row. All 3 got stolen. That was rough.
That's rough.
To
That's
watch.
a 12-point. No, 12-point swing.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6 times 2 is 12.
Yep.
So yeah.
12-point swing.
We'll come back to that. Robert goes, he spins away from heroes and villains, wants to, narrow it a little bit.
Yep.
Gets heroes and villains. It's just, it was written in the stars for him. He goes to multiple choice twice, got both of them. 8-22 in favor of Parker at the end of round 2. Round 3, our betting round. Parker spins Transformers. Parker bet 2. Saul bet 3. They both got it. It gave him a little bit. Yeah. Now it's 11-24 in favor of Parker. Round 4, the buzzer round.
Buzzers.
Saul got 1, also missed 1. Parker missed 1, and then got 1. With that, 11-24 in favor of Parker, ending it right there with a full-blown knockout.
Ooh, whoa.
This was not the way. When I heard about this match, I went, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it came down to that second. It really came down to that second. I mean,
definitely. That was a rough one.
That's what did it, because after that first steal, couldn't recover. He just couldn't recover.
And what we were talking about as we were watching the match was when you get 3 2-point misses in a row and all of them get stolen.
Yeah.
We're in all respect in the world to Saul.
Yes.
Because we all know that he's a fantastic player. But this didn't go well. Yeah. This was a rough match. And I'm sure he's not going to try to tell you it went well. Yeah. He seems to be a to the point guy that will tell you how it is, you know. But we were talking about it like, is this a matter of, because some people are saying, well, maybe live events are what's doing it to him, because his 2 live events, he got TKO'd, he got KO'd. I'm not sure if I think it's the live event. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, no one's going to be able to know that except for Saul.
Nerves affect everybody differently in a live setting. So.
Exactly. Or was this a matter of, was this his first 5-rounder?
This is his first 5-rounder.
Did he play a 5-rounder against Amaru?
No, it was a 3-rounder.
Okay. So this was his first 5-rounder. Was this a matter of inexperience in a 5-rounder? Because we were talking, he played that round 2 like it was a 3-rounder.
Like a 3-rounder, yeah. But I don't know as much because this is Parker's first 5-rounder as well.
Is it?
Yes, but I think this comes down again. I do think it comes down to experience, because if you look at the factions, Parker has look who he has on his faction to lean on. Dan Murrell,
Ben Bateman, Mark
Knopik,
all former champions.
All former champions. Who else is on that?
Forgetting. I mean, as far as belt holders go,
Mara, Ben, Murrell, Smets unofficially.
Oh, true. As like a consigliere.
Yeah. So you have all four of those have 5-round buzzer experience.
Yeah, 2 of which in IG.
Yeah, 2 of which in IG. Then you look on the other side of that with Saul. He only has it's only Thomas Harper on that faction that has 5-round experience.
And Riley.
And Riley, yeah. But so it's the experience is totally on one side of this match. I think that's where it really lies, in my opinion. I'm only going off of what I can see. Could have been a factor, but he played it like it was a 3-rounder.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, and like we were just alluding to this, don't swing so high in early rounds. Anything can happen in the following round. He was down in the second, or was it tied?
No, he was down in the first because he missed a couple more.
Yeah, so he was down in the first.
There's like 6 to 8 or something.
He's probably thinking, "Oh, this spider, I got to swing high."
Right.
It's 5 rounds, my guy.
You got the betting round. He could have missed.
Yeah, he could have missed. So check down. You're losing off. You're missing out on points, but at least you're not giving points away.
You're not widening the gap by taking a chance.
And even if you are giving, even if those are steals, at least it's 1 point steal. It narrows it slows the bleeding down.
Exactly.
And then you can go into the third, like hope. I'm going to say hope a lot in this scenario. You're hoping a lot. You can bet 3, hope you get it, hope he misses.
Right.
Speed, you can hope you get to the buzzers quicker than he can.
Or hope that he misses.
Which he did. He missed a couple.
He missed one.
And then you have the final round, which anything can happen in the final round.
Which we have seen multiple times.
He can miss his 5.
He could have bided his time and maybe made it to round 5.
Yeah, so,
but it did feel like he was playing it like it was a 3-rounder. Yeah, like I got to make up lost ground.
Yeah, because the next round is the last round. I have to.
3 more rounds after this.
Yeah, so there's plenty of time to make up points that you missed out on in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that's just our speculation.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Only Saul and Kate will be able to fill us in on that. But that's kind of how it felt. I don't know if he was like, well, I was down 2 going into round 2. Oh, well, I've already missed. I got to swing for the fences. I don't know. But it was hard. It was hard to watch because I know that on any other given day, Parker versus Saul, it's probably going to go the distance. I don't know what happened this day. But I do know that Saul probably learned a couple very tough lessons.
I mean, his last couple losses against Amaru and now Parker, like we said, learning opportunities. Learn from this mistake. Now, if you ever find yourself in this position again, in a number 1 contender match, in a 5-rounder, or in a title match in a 5-rounder, check down. Play it safe, especially when you have somebody like Robert Parker sitting on the other side of the table from you, where he will, if you swing and you miss, he will most definitely pick up those points.
Yeah.
So that's just the kind of thing you got to keep in the back of your head. It's 5 rounds.
Right.
Anything. That's why I love this format so much. Like, people always want to say, I want Iron Man matches. It's like, that's not the game.
I mean, it's fun for certain things, but that's not the game. Yeah.
Because then it's a matter of like, oh, well, how endurance. Many? It's a matter of endurance, and then there's less opportunities for like luck. Definitely plays a factor in this game, and like in an Iron Man match, there's less opportunities for luck to be on your side or against you. Yeah. So, and because like I said it before, if you want just trivia questions back to back to back to back, you can find plenty of other things on the internet like that. The Schmoedown is formatted in a way where it isn't just raw knowledge. Yeah. You have to understand the game, be able to play the game to your advantage wherever you can. So, and that's what I think that's what bit Saul in the butt today was like. He tried it. He has so much experience in 3-rounders. He played it like a 3-rounder and forgot it was 5. Maybe he forgot it was 5. I don't know.
Well, obviously he didn't.
He didn't forget, but like I said, experience will get you far in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree because I feel like that's what makes this show so unique is the format of the 5-rounder because there's strategy that can go into a 5-rounder. There's not really any strategy to an Iron Man other than, I don't know, answer that question correctly. I don't know it. Yeah. So there's not too much strategy. It's exciting.
No, I mean, it is. It's fun.
Everybody's still like, what's something I can say that doesn't get bleeped out? Everybody's still loves to talk about the Whitwer-Navzok Iron Man match.
Mm-hmm. And it's a great match.
Which is a great match.
Yeah.
But what would have happened if this match between Parker and Saul was an Iron Man match and it just became a beatdown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Saul got questions that he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very exciting.
Yeah. And the competitors and the competitors have evolved ever since then.
Exactly.
And could you imagine a match between, I don't know, me and Alec, if 5150 had been an Iron Man match, we'd probably be seeing like more like 105 to 106 or something like that.
And that would just be exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be exciting for the fans,
Mm-hmm.
but like at least with a 5-rounder,
mm-hmm.
there can be a reversal of fortune.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. I mean, what match did we just watch? Marisol versus Ethan Irwin.
Yeah. A huge swing in the betting round.
Huge swing in the betting round.
Yeah.
He misses, she got it.
Yeah.
That could have happened here.
Yeah, because had that Marisol Ethan match been a 3-rounder, different story.
Could have been a different story.
Could have been a different story.
You never know.
So,
but had Saul bought a little bit more ground
mm-hmm.
by checking down and maybe guaranteeing himself at least the 1 point, he could have gotten a little farther.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you're going off a lot of hope, but sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works.
He could have missed the betting round. He could have missed more in the speed round.
And even if it was the same outcome in the speed and the betting,
at least you can knock it a KO.
He still has to answer his 3 final questions.
Mm-hmm.
What if he misses his 5?
Exactly.
And you're within 4.
Exactly.
You win the match.
It could happen.
It would have been an ugly win, but a win to go to the title match is still a win.
A win's still a win.
So,
but it happened. Lessons were
learned. Yeah.
Learned. For sure. Mm-hmm. I'm very sure. And Kate also made it very clear that she intends to keep Saul in her faction next year.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah. I mean, he obviously has shown promise.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bad day,
mm-hmm.
That day.
So I think with this loss, the Den only has the teams tournament now.
Outside of Spectacular?
Outside of Spectacular.
I believe so.
So it's only, their last hope for another title is, because they were the first lock for Spectacular with Harper.
Right.
They got eliminated from the singles tournament.
Right.
And now they have the teams tournament.
Right.
So it's interesting to see if how far they go in that. But say the teams tournament is done.
And they have the old guard. They have Riley and Duraldi.
So I'm interested to see where Kate goes with her faction, because
me too.
Paul Preston and Ben Goddard. Love the two of them, but they didn't perform as well as we would hope them to.
Maybe they need more time.
Maybe they need more time away from the game. Maybe they reevaluate a couple of things. She was really leaning on her IG and Star Wars for the season.
Right.
So
as the season got further in,
So we'll see what happens with the Den. Is it another rebuilding year where she just completely scraps it? You got to keep Harper and Saul. I think that's a guarantee.
I think that's a heavy guarantee.
You're going to keep Harper and Saul. Do you look elsewhere for your teams in singles now? So we'll see what happens with that. But rough loss for Saul. I think we all saw Parker competing for the title at some point, a little bit later than a lot of people expected. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people expected him to go far, like 2 wins, go for the title. Mm-hmm. But he ran into, who was it? Chandru.
Chandru?
I think he lost to Chandru. And then
I thought he lost a chance in that tournament.
No, last year's tournament. He lost to Chandru. He lost to Chandru in a number 1 contender match earlier on in the season. Oh. Because everybody expected to be Chandru and then compete for the IG title.
It's a wonder I know what day it is.
But we all saw this. We all saw Parker being in this situation at some point in the season.
Yeah,
but
that's for
it just turns out, it worked out points-wise better for him because he ran through a tournament, won a lot of points, and hung up. He got an extra point for the knockout, so it ended up working out for them in the long run.
Exactly, and they're already right up there in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, the top 3 is a really tight race.
It's a tight race. I think Dungeon is. They might be in first with this win. I'm not sure. They're either in first or second, but Corruption is guaranteed first with New York because they're guaranteed either a defense for the singles belt or a win of the singles belt. Yeah, so
they're guaranteed points.
They are guaranteed to be in first place after this weekend, I would like to think. So it's a tight race up there at the top.
So this week, what do we got?
Let's see. We have on Wednesday, October 6th, because it's October, we have a Star Wars round 1. The final.
No. Second to last.
Oh, my bad. We still have Damon's. Oh.
See which one you go against.
The penultimate round 1 match of the singles Star Wars tournament.
The ultimate Schmoedown Star Wars tournament.
Lord help me. Joseph Scrimshaw of Corruption versus Gold Leader of the Finstock Exchange. Then, on Thursday the 7th, we have a teams tournament round 1 match. We've got Deception of Corruption. Ooh. It is, of course, Adam the Coyote Collins and the reigning singles champion. Almost said Champino. Champion, Lady Justice Marisol McKee. God, I wish there was a way that I knew if Thomas watched this show. Maybe I'll DM him later.
I think he does watch the show.
They're going against Chaos Theory. Chaos Theory, remind me? Jacoby
Bancroft
and Nick Harley.
And Nick Harley, yeah.
I don't remember what Nick's name is because I think he was a spoiler.
Is he Slick Nick?
Slick Nick. There you go. It was something that was rhymey. Chaos Theory of the Stars.
Stars need this.
They do.
Stars absolutely need this.
They do. And then Friday the 8th, we have singles round 2 match between Adam the Coyote Collins of Corruption versus Brendan the Kid Meyer.
It's a rematch of last season.
Of the Quirky Murky.
Last year's tournament, these two took it to sudden death, man.
Ooh, boy. Did they?
Yes, they did. It was sudden death.
And then Saturday the 9th, I'm guessing it's just a filming. Is it a pay-per-view?
What is
Streaming pass?
It's in New York?
It's New York.
It's a live event.
Okay, so it's a live event that you can watch and whatever.
Yeah.
On Saturday the 9th, we have got the undercard. Oh, can't wait. We got Josh the Carpathian Horowitz of the Quirky Mercs versus Downtown Griffey Nooms of the Finstock Exchange. Singles round 2, baby. Winner of that's going to go on to face the Boston Badass herself.
Ooh, yeah.
Mrs. Frabetti.
Ooh.
And then the overcard. We've got ourselves a corruption party. We've got
Corruption Invitational.
The defending singles champion, Lady Justice Marisol McKee of Corruption versus Chance the Cobra Ellison of Corruption. Oh, yeah.
That's a good match, man.
Oh, man.
That's going to be great. I mean,
this is going to be an all-around main event.
Both
Two
of them
great matches.
Both of them on a fantastic singles run. I mean, Marisol, her runs
obviously
speaks for itself.
It
but
kind of
Chance
ended in a belt, so it must have gone well.
Yeah. But Chance, I've been saying it since even he didn't do well on IG. They didn't win the singles title against Shazam, but Chance is on a Player of the Year run right now.
I would think so.
He is top of my list, Player of the Year. Mike is starting to creep up in that conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, at this point it was at this point for me, like the top of my list is for Player of the Year is Chance Ellison. Mike is sort of in there.
I think Mike is definitely in there.
Yeah, Mike Kalinowski and Ethan Irwin, depending on if you can get this thing, how his team's title match goes.
Yeah, I think Marisol is going to definitely get a nomination as well.
She'll creep,
but it's hard when you're going against triple threats.
That's why I have those three up there right now, because like they've been good. Like Chance, his IG, but teams singles run. Mike is up there for IG and teams. Ethan is up there for teams and singles run.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Mike right now is, he's got his match against Amaru coming up, but right now he is the IG champ. Yeah. He competed for the team's belt. He's still in the singles tournament, right? Yeah. So Mike's having a great year. They all are, but I wouldn't be like, I think Mike's in there. Mike's definitely in there. But yeah, it's hard when you're a single division or even a double division player going against triple threats, and they're competitive in all three. Like Mike and Chance are just maniacs. The fact that they can compete so well in three divisions, Lord help me. But yeah, how did we get to that? Oh, we were talking about Marisol and Chance going at it. But yeah, this is going to be quite an event.
It's the first live event we've had in a year?
In some time.
It's been a long time since we had a live event.
And I know Christian was the birthday boy recently. And I know that he was doing like a BOGO, buy one, get one for New York tickets. So buy them.
Yeah, and I think they've already announced that this will be the last New York event for a while.
Like until 2023 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're not going to be going to New York.
Not sure why, but it is what it is.
Maybe, I don't know.
Get your ticks if you're in the area.
I don't know if COVID has anything to do with it, but maybe pricing might have something to do with it.
Who knows?
Because there's certain other things logistically that go into live events, and maybe it's just that they can't swing the money for it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so if you're
could be hard to secure a venue in this climate.
So if you're in the New York area and you and you have not been to a live event,
this event is gonna slap. You know what I'm saying?
If you're vaxxed and waxed, wear your mask and buy a Schmoedown
ready
live
to
ticket.
Party, vaxxed and waxed. Yeah. I do wish we could be there, but we're not.
Yeah, we just can't swing it.
I don't know. I just can't justify flying out to New York.
Yeah, right now.
But yeah, I will deal with my FOMO at home. And I'll see people's millions of pictures on Twitter and I won't be jealous at all. No, it's going to be a really fun event. So if you can go, you definitely should go, especially if you've never been to one. Could you imagine never going to a Schmoedown event and this is your first one? The energy in this
this is going to be
place is
electric.
Going to be, oh my God.
I can't wait for this because it's going to be, oh my God.
The energy is probably going to be unmatched. I think it's going to be a special event.
I think the only thing that will top this is Spectacular. That'll be the only thing that will top this.
And it's because Spectacular is basically, the Super Bowl of the Schmoedown.
It's the WrestleMania of the Schmoedown.
Like, could you imagine? This is the first live event in a long time, thanks to Corona. Mm-hmm. Like, no shade against Chance, but could you imagine first live event? The energy is already electric, like you said. Could you imagine if Marisol defends? I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Just having her be announced in a live event.
People are gonna lose their minds.
Champion.
Like I'm getting like chills just thinking about it. Like this event,
it's gonna be wild.
And if Chance wins, it's still gonna be, the energy is gonna be unmatched. Yeah. But if Marisol defends, oh my God, people are gonna lose their stuff. Yeah. And man, I do wish I could be there. I really wish we could be there.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Yeah. Again, logistically and where we're at right now, we just can't.
When the Schmoedown comes to Orlando, we're throwing down, which I'm pretty sure is happening next year. Christian has mentioned a couple times.
Yeah, he's going to come. They're going to be making their way out to Georgia and Florida, and I'm hoping it's Orlando.
I'm praying it's Orlando. It seems like the pretty obvious choice for Florida.
Come on, you got two competitors here.
You got two competitors here. You got Disney. You got Galaxy's Edge. You got Universal. You got all the parks.
We've started making plans for that.
Oh yeah, we started making plans to go to Galaxy's Edge. Maybe sometime in December. Very exciting. We have not been, and I know I heard something one time about. I just heard through the grapevine or whatever somebody saying that you specifically not going to Galaxy's Edge is like that's a conscious choice. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because when Galaxy's Edge opened. We just had a kid.
We had just had a kid.
And then after that, guess what happened?
Oh, I don't know.
The Rona.
Yeah. So, having that newborn, we were just like,
we can't.
Well, and also when it first opened, we were like, no way am I going in the first month or two.
There's no way I'm opening it in the first month. We're just like, we're going to wait like maybe a year and then we'll go. And then.
Because first of all,
COVID happens.
It's hot as balls. And I think I don't remember what time of year it opened. I don't know.
It was December.
Was it?
It was December 5th.
So it actually might have been cooler. But we were like, no, we are not going opening weekend or even for the first couple of months. It's going to be packed to the gills. And no thank you.
Yeah, we need to go like in December, like on a Wednesday or a Tuesday or something.
Exactly. Like and then like, when we had, having a baby, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah, it
just wasn't something we could swing at that time. Yeah. And then Corona hit and it's like, well, I guess that decision's
we're really
made.
not going now.
But yeah, no, it's not like we were like,
no, we're not going.
We're not going to Galaxy's Edge because we don't want to.
Yeah, no, I want to go. It's just life happens and I can't go.
Exactly. Things come up, you know, it's whatever. But we started making plans and we might be going this December and it's very exciting.
I'm glad that you're so steeped in Star Wars now that you will appreciate it just as much as I will.
Yeah. I kind of want to get the like Black Spire or whatever cookbook. I'm gonna make you some green ass portion bread. Oh man.
We need to go to the bar, the cantina. We have to go to the cantina.
I heard that the blue and the green milk. I don't know if it's actually a milk.
No, it's like slushes.
But I think it might be like a coconut milk or something based drink.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited about. I love coconut milk.
You can get green, I can get blue, or vice versa.
And then we can do one of those. I'll try yours, you try mine.
Take a picture in the front of the Falcon. Oh my God. I want to do so much while I'm there.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be broke by the time we go.
Not if I have anything to say about it, but I'm the frugal one. But
yeah, I'll start saving up for my lightsaber.
That would be a smart idea.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to get prepared. But yeah, no, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun.
It's going to be so good.
Can't wait.
Anyways, I think that will do it for today's episode. Ooh, extra long episode for you guys.
Whoops.
All berries. Anyways, so Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Why does that make me uncomfortable? You can find me on Twitter.
You're 2-0. I wish I started 2-0.
Sure.
The start of my career was the complete opposite of yours.
Ah, you complete me, baby. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA, on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. I'm having so much fun on the app. Meeting so many fans.
Oh, you just reminded me. I'm sorry. I know we're already going along, but like we never talked about when you were on backstage. Like, it was so much fun when you gave questions to Bateman and Goddard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was so much fun.
I love being on that side of this. I'm never going to do that ever again.
That was so much fun. And also, I know people were like, Ben Bateman, how's the 60-day thing going? Beep, beep, beep. Like, felt bad. But you asked some pretty gettable questions.
Yeah, they were gettable questions.
And, you know, he hadn't been studying. Give the guy a break. Also, I have an idea for an exhibition.
Yeah?
You want to give Ben Bateman a chance to prove that he can study up to be competitive in Star Wars in 60 days?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you do. Plan for it. You give him his time. You say, okay, we're going to give you 60 days. Clock starts now.
Uh-huh.
You also plan to have Andrew Guy on the desk because wouldn't that be fun to have team action in a Star Wars match? How ridiculous is that? Guy on the desk, Bateman competing, give him his 60 days, whatever. Who's he going to face? Great question. I'm glad you asked. This guy. But I'm like a bottle of wine in. Might level the playing field.
You will get Demi in her final form.
I will reach level 9,000. Like in my final form.
Super Saiyan Demi.
My hair will be on fire. Let me get like a bottle deep. Give me one bottle. Give him 60 days. DM me, Ben.
Mon
Mothma?
I said it enough. Isn't that enough?
I think that would be a fun exhibition. It doesn't have to count for points.
Super Saiyan Demi versus Ben the Boss Bateman in Star Wars.
Oh my God, that would be so much fun. Let's do it. DM me, Christian. Set it up.
If you're listening to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
Oh yeah, and if you're listening on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner, see when we do things on YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.